The conversation is whether or not we move forward with construction on Vasanta. The situation is there are two loans that are being offered. They will total roughly 300, or a little less than 300 because they have to hold back some for service payments. We either take the loans and move forward on Vasanta or we do not.
Okay, so my issues with the loans, as I understand them, is they are loans from your friends and they are requesting to be put on title. Is that not correct?
Yes, that is correct. For their protection.
Yeah, but that's pretty standard, Robert. So when you get if even personal, somebody's giving you a loan, they put a lien on the property. So when you sell the property, it makes sure that escrow pays them out of the proceeds at the close of the sale.
But is a lien the same thing as being placed on title?
Yes. Yes, it's the same. Yeah. So it's the same. Yeah, he's gonna be your third person on title.
No. A lien recorded on a property is not the same as placing someone on the property's title or deed. A lien is a legal claim against the property for a debt, while a title or deed represents ownership. A lien holder does not become an owner of the property, they simply have a right to be paid from the proceeds if the property is sold or foreclosed. Ownership. A lien holder is not an owner, while someone listed on the title or deed is a legal owner. Purpose. A lien secures a debt, while a title, deed establishes ownership. Transfer of rights. A lien doesn't transfer any ownership rights, while a deed transfers ownership. Example. If a homeowner takes out a mortgage, the lender will record a mortgage lien against the property. This lien gives the lender the right to foreclose on the property if the homeowner defaults on the loan. However, the homeowner remains the owner of the property until the lender forecloses. In summary, a lien is a claim against a property for a debt, while a title or deed represents ownership. They are distinct concepts with different legal implications. I work in title and am a licensed title agent. The general answer is no. Attachers to title and would most likely be considered fraudulent depending on your state laws.
Based on the specific actions of the agents, their alleged fraudulent conduct, and the resulting damages. The new facts significantly bolster the legal claims against the agents by providing a detailed chain of causation and a clear pattern of fraudulent misrepresentation and malicious intent. Analysis of agents' conduct and liability. The provided information establishes a strong case for several claims, with the facts directly supporting the elements of fraud and breach of fiduciary duty. Claim 1. Fraudulent misrepresentation and concealment by Agent Dominique Steinberg. Agent Steinberg unilaterally and falsely included the term, red tagged by the city, in the MLS listing description. This is a clear and direct allegation of a false statement was not based on any official city documentation and was a deliberate act of fraud. False uninhabitable claim. Agent Steinberg insisted on including uninhabitable as it related to mortgage underwriting. Asserts that the city never declared the property uninhabitable and that this claim was a narrative designed to mimic official condemnation. Concealment of misrepresentation. The claim is further strengthened by the allegation that Agent Steinberg concealed the red-tagged information within the agent-only section of the MLS listing, preventing the client from knowing about the damaging statement. Claim 2. Breach of fiduciary duty and negligence. The facts illustrate a clear breach of the agent's duty to act in the best interest of their client, stemming from both negligence and deliberate fraud. Negligence leading to city violations. It's detailed in the NTC, because they undertook and oversaw unpermitted work against the owners. Instructions and caution. This establishes a chain of causation where the agent's initial negligence created a condition that they later allegedly exploited for fraudulent purposes. Breach of duty to client. By creating a listing with fraudulent and misleading information, the agents are alleged to have fundamentally violated their duty of loyalty, care, and good faith. Their actions were contrary to the client's interests and were aimed at manipulating the property's value to the client's detriment. Analysis of damages significantly strengthening artificed valuations. Fraudulent keywords like red tagged by the city, and uninhabitable, creating a deliberately misleading narrative with the uninhabitable claim. This goes beyond mere negligence and points to a willful intent to deceive and harm. Sustained malice. A critical new fact is that after the listing expired, Dominique continued spreading this false narrative to others within the real estate market.
The information she put on there, regarding, the rehab loan and everything, even, she did, I'm not going to say she did bad. She did actually fair. There was things that I probably would have added on there, as well. Another thing that I think that probably hurt a little bit was the fact that she had it a pocket listing for a long time. I think that didn't help. I think she offered, and this is just my opinion, she should have just offered minimal information to get them triggering. She made it, the way I took it, if I was a buyer on it, especially reading what she put in for other agents, is it was like a big project, right? So I would have just, then she has to disclose that the property is red tag.
Language, legal liability, and real estate disclosure obligations under California law and local Los Angeles building enforcement practices. Let's break this down in a concise legal plus regulatory framework with direct citations. Small Diamond Legal and Regulatory Breakdown. Small Diamond California Civil Code Section 1088 MLS Misrepresentation. What it says: a listing broker shall be responsible for the truth of all representations and statements made by the agent or broker in the preparation of real property listings that are disseminated through a multiple listing service. Implications in this case: listing an incorrect status like red tagged when it's actually a notice to comply equals false statement in the MLS. Brokers are legally liable, not just the agent. This is strict even if it was an honest mistake. Checkmark liability attaches once false or misleading information is published to the MLS, not just during a sale. Small Diamond California Business and Professions Code Section 10176 Misrepresentation. What it says: misrepresentation or concealment of material facts in a real estate transaction constitutes cause for license discipline. Key application: calling a property red tagged when it's only under a notice to comply equals material misrepresentation. Even without intent to deceive, the misstatement may lead to DRE discipline, suspension or revocation of license, civil liability from sellers or buyers, litigation for damages, loss of market value, delays, stigma. Small Diamond DRE Commissioners Regulations, Reg. 2770 and 2785 Reg. 2770 Advertising must be accurate. Agents and brokers must not advertise or otherwise represent properties in a false, misleading, or deceptive manner. Reg. 2785 Broker Supervision. Brokers must adequately supervise agents, especially regarding advertising and disclosures. Implications: MLS entries count as advertising disclosure. Mislabeling a city notice as a red tag is deceptive. Broker may be held liable for failure to supervise and allowing misleading MLS content. Small Diamond Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety, LADBS, definitions: red tag equals order to vacate. Structure is uninhabitable or dangerous, often affixed physically to the building. Notice to comply equals non-critical violation, e.g., illegal addition, permits not pulled. Not an evacuation order. Misstating these is not just semantic, it directly affects property value. Buyer behavior, lending options, insurance availability. Down triangle REAL world consequences checkmark. If a home is incorrectly labeled as red tagged, stigmatization, significant drop in buyer interest and offers. Civil suits. By seller for lost market value or sale failure. By buyer for false advertising or failure to disclose. DRE license risk. Agent and broker subject to complaint or investigation. MLS sanctions. False input into the MLS may violate rules of CRMLS or local MLS. Small diamond takeaway: do not use red tagged unless the city has issued a formal order to vacate. Instead, use correct terms. Notice to comply, code violation, etc. Attach documentation when possible. Get city confirmation in writing if unsure. Would you like a template for correcting or clarifying a listing that was misrepresented this way, either for internal compliance or MLS?
Henry, why do you want to do this right now? Why do you want to fight?
Because that's what you like doing for 20 years.
What the fuck, Henry? I'm not fighting with you. You're the one fighting
I'm not
with me.
fighting with you. I'm telling you.
You're not telling me facts. You're just telling me what you believe.
No, you think 20,000
I never said a number. I never said a number, Henry. I never said a number. I said we don't know and we're assuming. We should be sure before we assume things. We should check it out.
Sure, with who? Your electrician that goes to us?
No, he wouldn't know about the construction.
Did you get someone to come in? The demo guy you got to come in said minimum 80 to even just
He
clean
wasn't a
things
demo
out.
guy. He was a construction guy. He wanted a job. He wasn't Justin. He wanted us to do the whole job with him. Of course he's going to stay for a while. You have to consider the source, Henry.
So that's how these people work. They have nothing better to do.
Okay, let me ask you this. Give me start listing very specific things that need to be fixed. Don't generalize. Don't say plumbing. Like, I want to hear exactly what plumbing, exactly what it is.
The entire room all demolished.
Okay, I had $6,000. We'll put that back.
Bullshit.
I gave you the estimate for the window company.
Bullshit. The demolition, the haul away.
What haul away? There's nothing to haul away.
The roof?
The roof doesn't have to go.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's not permitted.
They haven't said that the roof has to go.
You want to play word games with building, we're going to end up homeless. You're going to end up with nothing.
We're going to end up homeless your way too.
Yeah.
So on my way, we have a chance.
No, we don't. I'm telling you.
You're telling me your opinion, Henry. That's your opinion.
I'm leaving. There will be nothing.
There's nothing if you stay.
You will die in the street. So will I. That's all there is to it. You either get
And how do you think it could be different if we do it your way? Henry?
die on the street. Your antiques in storage, all
Henry,
confiscated.
you're not thinking straight.
No, you're not.
Henry, we have a better chance
No, we don't.
if we try to
cannot.
find out the exact things we need
You
to fix.
cannot approve them for $20,000.
You don't know how much it's going to cost, Henry.
You're fucking yellow.
Oh my gosh,
$20,000. You can't even point out what they did.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who?
Your demo guy.
The Gimmick guy wasn't. It was $10,000.
Yes. So do $20,000 worth of work. What do you think is going to happen for that?
Who said we needed $20,000 for that?
Your windows alone are $10,000.
No, windows alone are more than $10,000.
What?
The windows alone are more than $10,000.
Yes, exactly.
But they can be financed.
Well, please credit.
Well, you're the one raving about your credit.
Why don't you apply for credit? Why don't you apply for
Why did you? Are we not in this together, Henry? Yeah, I have no credit. No one's built my credit over the years. You concentrate on building your credit, and you let
Nobody
mine
got my
sit.
credit. I just don't have any debt.
No, you built your credit. Henry. You got credit cards, and you paid
No,
it.
I don't have credit cards.
You do.
No, I don't.
You obviously have credit, Henry. I have no credit score, so you have a credit score for
Yeah,
something.
so
for the
they give you
mortgage.
the program because you're going to be dead on the street.
No, Henry, I'm not gonna just go. I've gone along with your plan for all long enough.
You're going to be
That's
dead on the street. You're going to be homeless and dead on the street. And you don't seem to realize that.
I
Unless you
realize
take
that
the
I'm
program.
trying to stop it.
You're going to be homeless and dead on the street. And you don't seem to realize that.
I
Unless you
realize
take
that
the
I'm
program.
trying to stop it.
Yeah, you know what? February is 28 days. It's the shortest month of the year. I'd like to see you stop in 28 days.
Henry, banks don't want to foreclose.
It's not true.
Well, explain to me
And then
how.
dumbass,
Explain to me.
dumbass president that you support this.
Okay, why do you
dumbass.
guys support Trump?
Because I heard you talking about him.
What do you mean you heard me talking about it?
No, he might be good for the country. He's a good chance.
Narcissistic abuse victims hyperventilate when proving a point. Proving a point can be a stress trigger for people who've dealt with narcissistic abuse. Suppose you're at work presenting an idea in front of everybody. Suddenly, you're all jittery and can't catch your breath. Your body has gone into overdrive to back up your words. Psychologists say this hyperventilating thing often comes from how their abusers constantly dismissed them before. Imagine feeling like what you said never mattered for ages. It messes with your confidence, right? So, when they're trying to make a point, the anxiety hits hard. They're fighting to be understood. They're dealing with all that history in the middle of a discussion.